Make every day a new beginning. The sun rose gently over the small coastal town of Windermere, painting the ocean in soft hues of orange and gold. The waves whispered against the shore like old friends sharing secrets, and the scent of salt and morning dew filled the air. For most, it was just another Tuesday. But for Alara Moore, this was the day she would finally start over. At 42, Ilara has spent the last decade working as a project manager in a high-pressure tech firm in the city, her life ticking along with the precision of the clock on her office wall. Deadlines, meetings, more deadlines. Somewhere in the chaos, she'd lost herself, her art, her laughter, and even her ability to sleep without waking up in a sweat at 3 a.m. 3 months ago, after yet another panic attack in the office bathroom, Alara walked out. She didn't tell Anyoneno, her colleagues, not her friends, not even her boss. She packed a bag, got in her car, and drove until the city's noise gave way to Windermere's silence. She rented a small cottage by the cliffs, a place where the sea touched the sky, and the gulls sang louder than the traffic she once cursed. At first, it felt like failure. She was supposed to be successful, independent, and driven. But here she was, staring at blank canvases and wondering who she was without her job title. The cottage had a porch swing, and on it, every morning, Ilara began to think differently. She started journaling just 1 page a day. The first entry was only 3 words: I am lost. But she wrote them, and that was something. Day by day, she added more. I miss painting. I want to laugh again. I need to breathe. One morning, as she sipped her coffee, she met Jonah. He was in his late 50s, a retired sailor with a weathered face and stories that could fill novels. He sat beside her on the swing and said, "Funny thing about the sea, it never holds on to yesterday." That line stuck with her. Alara began walking the shoreline every morning, collecting driftwood, sea glass, and shells. She turned her cottage into a small studio and began painting again. Big, messy, beautiful pieces full of color and emotion. Her hands remembered what her heart had forgotten. Joy. A local cafe offered her wall space to hang her art. At first, she hesitated. Wasn't she too old to start over? But she remembered Jonah's words. The sea never holds on to yesterday. So, she said yes. Months passed. Her art sold. Slowly. But it sold. More importantly, people began to recognize her not for her past, not for her career, but for her presence, for the brightness in her paintings, for the peace she seemed to carry. Then one day, a teenage girl named Marla visited her studio. She looked tired, weighed down by life in a way someone her age shouldn't. "I saw your painting at the cafe," she said. "The one with the sunrise." It felt like hope. That moment shifted everything for Alara. She realized that every canvas, every sunrise, every moment of choosing to live differently, it mattered. It could change someone's life, even in a small way. Alara began offering free Saturday painting sessions for the locals. Teenagers, retirees, lonely folks, anyone who wanted to start over, even just for a day. She started a blog, aptly titled "Make Every Day a New Beginning," where she shared her journey, her breakdowns, breakthroughs, and the beauty of imperfection. Thousands began to follow. People found courage in her honesty. But Alara didn't do it for the recognition. She did it because she now understood. Life wasn't about the perfect plan. It was about waking up, breathing in the present, and daring to begin again every day. Years later, when a journalist came to interview her for an article on modern-day women who reinvented themselves. Ilara simply smiled and said, "I didn't reinvent anything. I just remembered who I was and decided to start again, every day." And as the sun set over Windmere, Ilara walked down the beach with a paint-stained hand and a heart full of tomorrow.